You're welcome.
All right, so today we're doing the Three Flame Heart Taoist meditation, Qigong meditation. And sitting up straight, breathing deeply. The concept behind this is that we have an energetic heart in our systems, separate from our physical heart. And as we get out of balance in life, which happens normally, it's nothing wrong, it just happens normally, we need to go in and do some corrections and get that all back in balance again. So we're going to be looking at this energetic part of the heart. And you'll find that it will be different for each of you how you get there. It may be a pathway, it may be a gate that you see or a door. There will be generally some kind of covering that protects you, which is a reasonable thing. You don't want to keep people out of your heart, but you also want to have a reasonable amount of protection around you. So here in a minute, we're going to do 3 deep breaths. We're going to go into this meditation. Close your eyes, and I will guide you through it. And then we'll come out and we will chat a little bit about our experiences. We're short on time, so it won't be lengthy, but we do want to kind of check in at the end. So if you want to sit up straight, again, if you want to do the standing posture later, with repeating this, it's on my website at the bottom of the home page, taogrowshere.com, T-A-O, growshere.com. But we're going to do it sitting. So 3 deep breaths. So today, as we do this meditation, we're going to think about the one flame that connects us all. We are all part of the one. But within ourselves, we have 3 aspects to this flame, and we will find it in a minute. The 3 aspects are going to be love, power, and wisdom. Love is generally represented in the Taoist traditions as a red or a pink. Some people find the red to be too strong, so they'll see it as a pink. Power is represented by blue, and wisdom is represented by yellow. So as you're in this meditative state, I want you to sort of imagine that you can find this energetic entrance to your heart, this multidimensional entrance to your heart. And whatever that might look like for you, you might see a pathway, you might see a tunnel, you might see just you appear in front of it. And there'll generally be some kind of opening that you will open that opening to go through it. So take a minute, just sort of find that place in your energetic heart. And as you get there, go ahead and go through whatever opening is there for you. And as you go through it, there may be, some length of time to get to your space, or it may be right there. What you're going to find is a space that belongs to you. This is the innermost part of yourself. And it may look like your favorite place on earth. It may look like something mystical. It may look like just a blank space. It's just whatever your space looks like. And as you look around this space, kind of take a minute and see if it's in order. Does it need any sort of straightening? Does it need to be swept out? You can do this magically, by the way. You can just sort of wave your hand and make that happen. What do you see? If you look around in different directions, what do you see around there? Take a minute and just sort of become familiar with your space. And remember that you can come back to this space at any time. Even when your eyes are open, you can come back to this space. So now I want you to turn your attention to the center of your space and notice that now you see a flame. And the base of the flame is a single flame. It may be in a container, it may not. But coming out of the base of that one flame that connects us all, that we are all part of the one, are these three aspects. There's a love and a power and a wisdom flame coming out of the base of this flame. And notice, is one thicker than another? Are they taller than each other? Are they shorter? Is one really short, really tall? How are they in relationship to each other? Do they look about the same? Do they look a little different? If you do this on your own, you would start with whatever flame seemed to need attention. Today, as a group, we're going to work on the love flame first. So take a minute and just sort of address the love flame. Gaze at it. Let it speak to you. It may be red, it may be pink, it may be some variation. What color is it? Does it have anything to say to you? I want you to take that love flame and adjust it to the right height. Whatever that right height is for you, you will know. Put it where it needs to be, set it. And maybe even ask it where it wants to be. Where will it be to bring balance to love in your life? We want to think about love without wisdom brings us heartache. Power without love brings us cruelty. Wisdom without power, you can't distribute it. Wisdom without love doesn't work for humanity. So we want to ask the love flame, where does it want to be to bring balance? Not dealing with the other flames at the moment, just the love flame. And if it has any other things to say to you, take a moment and listen to it. Now send that love, that balanced love, out into the world, however it needs to go. Knowing that we were all part of the one, your love combines with the other love in the world. Send it out wherever it needs to go. Now we're going to direct our attention to the wisdom flame and ask the wisdom flame if it has anything it wants to say to you. And notice the thickness of it and the height of it. Where is it in relationship to the love flame that we just balanced? So is there any wisdom that the wisdom flame wants to impart to you? Anything that maybe you haven't been paying attention to? Or anything that you already know? Just a reinforcement. Just become familiar with the wisdom flame. Spend a little bit of time with it. Now work with that wisdom flame and whatever mechanism you want to use to set it to the same height as the love flame. Get them to the balance point where they're working together, love and wisdom. Love feeding the wisdom in your life, wisdom feeding the love in your life. So now take that balanced love and wisdom and send that out into the world wherever it needs to go, whatever it needs to say to the world. Okay, let's bring our attention back to your power flame, power piece of the one flame. And many people are out of balance in the power flame more than the others. Some people have a lot of power and are not relying on the other aspects. Some people have less power and don't use their power to feed the other aspects. So we want to make sure we get the power flame in balance. And first of all, just kind of look at it, talk to it, find out what it has to say to you. Have you been over powerful? Have you been ignoring your power? Does it have something it wants to tell you about your power? What does it have to say to you? So now we want to balance the power flame with the wisdom and the love flame. Set it to the right height, whatever the right height is for you. Get that place of balance with the flame and inside of you. Is that process easy? What does it feel like to have it in balance? Really absorb that sense of having these three aspects in balance. Notice this with all of your senses so that you can absorb it and come back to it at any time. Does it have a visual? Does it have a feeling? Does it have a sound? Absorb that. Take it in. The sense of balance. Now, take that power message, that balanced power message with love and with wisdom, and send that out into the world. Send your power out into the world. What is the message that goes out from you? Where does it go? Where do you send it? This entire balanced message, leading with power. Now bring all of that energy back into yourself. Again, notice the balanced flames and what it feels like to have this balance inside of you. Get this real sense of being grounded in your inner life. And look around at your space again. See if it's changed any. See if it's needing anything. See if it has anything to say to you. Take some time and spend it with your space, your internal heart space. If it needs any tending to. If it has any messages for you. If you just want to enjoy sitting there. You can magically add any components you feel might be missing. If you want to hang a picture, if you want to look out at trees, whatever it is, you can make it. Now I want you to walk 3 times clockwise around your combined flame in a circle, very intently, with intention, placing each foot with intent. When you're ready, I want you to do the same thing counterclockwise. With intention, walk 3 times counterclockwise in a circle around your flame. When that is complete, I want you to turn and face your flames from whatever position in your space seems like the right place to stand and face it, the right place for you. We are going to step into our flame, and as we do so, we're going to do what's called burning off the dross, burning off what is no longer needed or wanted in our lives. This is a chance to clear the unwanted. So take a breath. When you're ready, step into the flame. Feel the release. Stand there. You're safe. It's time to release whatever is no longer needed or wanted. Stand there for as long as you like, and when it feels done for you, whatever that is, go ahead and step out of the flame to the other side. No hurry. Okay, now look around at your space one more time. See if there's anything that needs tending. See if it has anything to say to you that you want to take forward, as we'll come back out in a minute, not just yet. What do you want to bring with you from this experience? Breathing deeply. Lock this in, lock this feeling of contentment and relaxation into your very cells so that you can come back and visit this feeling of relaxation whenever you need it. Okay, we're going to start making our way back out. Whatever that looked like coming in, it may or may not look the same coming out. Whatever that journey is to come out. You'll reach your space, your entrance space, whatever that looked like for you, and you'll step through and make sure that you put your covering back in place. Again, it doesn't have to be lock and key, but some kind of covering to protect your heart. Protect this energetic heart space. And start feeling what it's like to be back in your physical body. May move your hands around. Feel your feet on the floor. Take some breaths. Feel the breath coming in your nose. Get that physical sensation of being back in the body. Welcome back. So go ahead and unmute yourselves when you're ready, and we're going to have a little chat about what this experience was like. Want to know what you noticed, what stood out to you, what did your room look like? What did your room or your space look like? I'm going to go ahead and unmute you that are not, well, it won't let me. Maria and Nancy, you're both still muted.
Can you hear me?
So what was that experience like?
Well, it was quite beautiful for me. Thank you very much. I noticed that the wisdom flame was very large. Was kind of, well, it didn't surprise me, but it was surprising because I really do come from like the core of who I am is the heart, right? And the love has always been something I've meditated on. So there's been a lot of exposure lately to wisdom. And it's a collective wisdom, so it's not alone. It's a one where I've really welcomed in the collective wisdom of others. And so it didn't, it kind of makes me smile now to see that the wisdom flame was very large. The power one, there definitely needed adjustment. And I was particularly moved, and I would love to have, Valerie, all the little things you said, without this, there's this, because one of them that just stuck with me that made so much sense was that power without love is cruelty. There's cruelty and that moves me because there's a lot of that I see in space. And so there was an empowerment about balancing both the love flame and the power flame to bring that in balance and send it out. And the sending out was very interesting too. There were several things that were interesting, like where intuitively it got sent moved me. The other thing was when I balanced a flame, there was this immediate bringing it into a chakra in the body that it felt at home. Like the wisdom flame just went right to the crown. It was really beautiful. Third eye, crown area, right? In the power wind, oh my gosh, I struggled. Like literally when it went to come into the body, I was like, this is really interesting. There were two places that it wanted to reside. And when I focused on the throat chakra area to take it really, there was a constrained feeling, like it just didn't, there wasn't enough room there or something to hold. It was very interesting. So I'm going to play with that one because it also wanted to go down solar plexus area. Was like, so it was interesting, Valerie. So thank you very, very much. What I want to take away with me is in a meditation just recently, I was handed a very ancient key by some of my ancestors who I didn't know were probably in the healing arts. And what they told me was, allow us, let us. And that came up in this meditation when the three were balanced, was this profound experience of allow us, let us, and the power that was so out of balance, when balanced, resonated with peace. So thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing. Nice to see you.
Good to see you too.
Someone else want to share?
Well, I will say it was a beautiful experience, very deep, very profound. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I mean, your guidance was just perfect, very helpful. I had really strong visual images and feelings, and I think I need to kind of keep a lot of that inside and process it and just continue to feel it more. The combination.
Let me interrupt you, because I will say that when you go into that kind of state and it's a little bit dreamlike, it can wisp away. So that's one of the reasons we're talking. If you're not comfortable sharing it, and that's fine, I would encourage you to write some of it down before it goes away.
Okay, I will do some journaling with it. But I mean, I did have really strong visuals of all three. And once they came in, as you brought them in one at a time, they seemed to balance each other pretty quickly and to have the same size. And they all came to the same place in my body. So I will say it was my solar plexus. And that's the area, the power area that really needed balancing. And so it was interesting that was the flame that came in last and really balanced everything. And when you asked us to step into the flame to release something, I've been aware for a while, but it came back to my awareness yesterday that there is an old soul contract that does not serve me. And so my intention for this past week has been to release that. And I've been doing Qigong every day. And I just reached out to my stepdaughter, who is a shaman, to ask her about a ceremony to help me release that. And so this provided a beautiful ceremony for that.
Good.
Yes, I'm really grateful. It felt very powerful, and I got and I did get a message afterwards that is very sustaining.
Oh,
So,
good.
yeah, thank you. And I will write more in detail about it.
Yeah. And if you want to share with me later, that's fine. If not, that's fine too.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Anyone else want to share? I can't see
Well,
all of you at the same time.
I'll share just a little because I'm getting ready to leave.
Okay.
But I felt just a great sense of contentment that just seemed to fill me. And it was beautiful. The space that I went to was like a beautiful botanical garden with wonderful aroma of flowers. And I felt those three flames rebalancing, and that the power one grew more, and the love was the biggest one, and the other two, started to come up to measure in a similar size. But it was really very useful, and I will be writing down any more of the things that come to me. But thank you for doing this. Appreciate it.
As we all participated, of course, we helped to shift world energy. So thank you to all of you on Facebook as well as here in this room. Michelle, I know that you tend to be a little quiet, so I will give you the opportunity to say anything that if you want to. If not, you cannot, or talk to me later.
Maybe we will just talk later.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
No problem. Please feel free to reach out to me.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
So what I want to say is that in the Taoist traditions, that's working with this kind of energetic realm and the colors and the sensations, it's real. We really did to do some transformative work for ourselves and for the world. Be very kind to yourselves today. Drink lots of water. Kind of take some time wherever you can fit it in your day to ponder on this experience. Let it sink in. Remember that feeling of, wholeness that comes from having those flames balanced. And you can return to that whenever you need it, because life throws a lot of stuff at us and we can get out of balance pretty easy. So kind of keep that in place, refer back to it as needed, kind of like the medicine they say, take as needed, take this as needed. Any questions that anybody has? Okay, do we have any questions, Becky, on Facebook?
Give me 1 second and I'll get back to that window. It's been wonderful to see different people popping in, and perhaps you could speak your website address for folks who are on the internet watching so that people can get in touch with you, Valerie, and experience more of your work.
Absolutely. It's Tao, which is actually spelled T-A-O, TaoGrowsHere.com. And I am available for private lessons. I'm starting to put in place some virtual lessons. They're not ready yet as the world has shifted. We're all trying to catch up.
So I see that Jade Rivera has watched today, and she said it was really lovely. And Francine DiGiorgio, oh, she has a wonderful share. She says, this was very beneficial. I received 3 messages. At first, fuzzy, then developed a strong energy. I was told to develop more self-love, to rest, and that this will allow all my wisdom to be distributed through my balanced power. I've been doing the 3 flame meditation for 2 months, and this is my favorite. I love working with color. I felt my body supercharged and peaceful. I cleared a lot of other energy, and I felt dissolved. That was Francine DiGiorgio. And Francine,
Nice.
and everybody here, Valerie will be coming out and commenting after our stream today, so she can give you more information so you can get in touch with her. We hear from Michelle and Marciniak. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing any of your names. She just says thank you. And Elizabeth Tucci also thank you. So that's lovely. Thank you all for your posts and comments on Facebook. And look forward to hearing from Valerie later.
Blessings to everyone. We do have another session coming up, and I don't want to hog the room. Becky, actually, who's online, is going to do the next session, and I want to allow her plenty of time to set up. So we're going to stop this one, although we'll still be on here, but we're going to stop this session. And thank you.